Alright everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about the importance of not wasting time and also living with intention. And we're going to start out here with a quote from Charles Bukowski, famous author. And Charles says, "I was waiting for something extraordinary to happen, but as the years wasted on, nothing ever did unless I caused it." Alright? Unless I caused it. Now, there's this trap that some people can fall into, and that's the trap of waiting for something to happen. I'll meet that person if it's dating. That job will kind of fall out of the sky. One day I'll wake up and my weight will be where I want it to. Likely not. Likely not. You're gonna have to act. You're gonna have to act with intention. You know, we're not Harry Potter here. We're not going to be sitting under the stairs and then all of a sudden a letter comes flying through the door. You know, that's likely not going to happen for you. Or you know, you wake up and your weight is exactly where you want it to be. You got to take intentional action. You have to become an active participant in your life. Now, that's what I'm doing with this channel. We're a week in, and I'm acting with intention. Like I've said in previous videos, I thought for years about having a channel. Did I wake up and a channel with my name exist one day? No. I had to take intentional action. And will it be successful? I'm not sure. We'll see. I'd like to believe that it will. I have a vision of it, and I'm trying to believe in that vision, but it requires this intentional action on my part. I can't just wait for it to happen. You know, that would be extraordinary, but I'm not going to wait for that to happen. So you can't just sit around. You have to make a choice and have intention with your life. Whether that's weight loss, you have to act with intention. I intend to be 20 pounds lighter, 50 pounds lighter. Make that choice and act with intention and start practicing healthier habits. I just made a video recently about the thing that I'm kind of talking about here, which visualizing, believing, and acting. You can find that in the Fat Blasters playlist on my channel, but it's the same kind of thing. You gotta take intentional action, you know. And I'll tell you a story about one time when acting with intention got me a really good job. So it was, maybe about 10 years ago, I was graduating from college, and I had heard about SAS Institute, SAS Analytics, this company, from a friend, and I wanted to see if I could get involved and find a job there. Well, I looked up their page, and there was an academy position that I was looking for that didn't exist. But I had an intention that I wanted to be in their sales academy for recent graduates. But it wasn't on the page. So I found an HR email, and I just sent a cold email. And I said, "Hey, I'd like to be in your sales academy. I don't see a listing. Can you tell me when the listing will go up again?" And I got a response the next day. And it said, "Well, lucky you, one of our candidates just dropped out. We have an opening. The program begins next month. So you're going to have to be willing to go through a quick interview cycle and move out here in a month if you're successful." And I said, "Well, that's my intent, so let's go." And so I went through the application process, had like 5 interviews. They flew me out to headquarters in North Carolina. I interviewed, and I got the job, and I flew out the next week. And this was like 3-week-long process that just zipped by. But acting with intention is how I got to that point. And it's almost like when you act with intention sometimes, not to get too metaphysical, but the universe sort of meets you halfway and opportunities can kind of open up. But you got to act with intention. You got to have belief in yourself and belief in your ability to act. So that's kind of my job story, but same thing can go for weight loss. I had the intention. I'm getting down to my goal weight. I'm going to do it. I'm going to act on it. And so I didn't wait for the weight to come off. I acted. I had intention. And so I think that that's really important. There's this whole dating crisis we hear about where there's more single people than ever, and people are having a hard time meeting each other and whatever it is. Well, you're not going to just go to the coffee shop and Mr. Perfect or Mrs. Perfect is going to come up and talk to you. That's not going to happen, likely. You're gonna have to take some action somehow, and maybe you initiate the conversation if that's what you so choose. But it all comes down to acting with intent and not waiting for something extraordinary to happen. And also the downside is, and why people don't, is people are afraid to fail. Failing hurts. People don't like rejection. It bruises our little egos. And so they don't act because they don't want the fear. But what's another cliche? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Yeah, you failed by not taking a shot. So what do you want to do? Do you want to fail by not taking a shot? Or do you want to take a shot and maybe it works out, So let's read that quote one more time and then we'll call it a day on this video. I was waiting for something extraordinary to happen. But as the years wasted on, nothing ever did unless I caused it. So that's this video, guys. I hope you act with intent. Of course, we don't want to hurt anybody. That's not. When I say act with intent, I mean act on the best interests of yourself and others. So act with intent. Godspeed on all future endeavors, man.